You are a yummy pistachio and cherry cake. And today we are going to be looking at the US Fed macro and its impact on crypto. Just to start things off with you, baby dolls, I have, shout out to BCB for this one. He has an article here which is taken from the top of the GFC right before the big catastrophic stonk market crash. All right, and look what they say. It's going to actually shock you, right? Markets soar after Fed cuts key rate by 0.5 point. So this is taken from September 2007. What we're actually going to do, friends, is I'm actually going to go back to September 2007 so you can see that going back here. Now, this is a daily chart, but if we go all the way back, we have some secrets unlocked here. And here it is right now. So right on this point, we're going to find September 2007 all right here. Oh my gosh. Bang! That's what happens. Let's actually play some, friends. Let's play some Cranky J music. You ready? Are you ready, baby dolls? Look, it's not guaranteed this is going to happen, by the way, because there's a couple of factors that we have to go through. But this is pretty much what they were saying at the very, very top. Okay, at the very, very top, right before it dropped, you had, this is catastrophic, right? 55%. But hey, something good came out of this. This is a Bitcoin resurrection. Bitcoin actually was birthed here. But I'm just showing you that, yes, the US Fed, friends, cutting rates by 50 basis points. It is bearish. It is actually bearish right here, if you see that. So that's something we have to be aware of, right? So how do we navigate this? Well, we're just going to have to take the punt that the crypto cycle is very reflexive and forward-looking compared to the economy and stonks. We have to take that view. If you don't take that view, you don't know what's going on, because like you're guessing at this point. Because if you think that crypto is totally random, we don't know what's going on in terms of like, you know, how sporadic we are up and down, then by the time things capitulate, we're already down 80% and then you start selling after that. I think it's interesting as well. If you go to, for example, the top of Ethereum, friends, this is the Ethereum chart. Look at this. Ethereum stocks, crypto had already dropped, man. Look, Ethereum was down 26% here. January, look at this, 38%. So Ethereum was down 40% pretty much. And altcoins were down like 65, 70% by the time they even started cutting rates. So, and this is when it happened here. And stocks had topped out like here. Okay, so crypto had already reversed down by the time stocks went down as well. So we can't rely on these big, thick liquidity things to move. We are the ultra risky stuff. And I know it's not easy, right? But that's pretty much what it comes down to. So when they did cut rates, the GFC damage was already rolling in. 50 basis point cuts are bearish because it means there's an emergency ahead. So in the GFC, as you can see by this line, right? See here and then down there, right? They stopped the hiking cycle by 50 basis points. It started going chop, 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 chop. And 50 basis points was bearish. So there's two events where they've stopped hiking cycles by 50 basis points. And when they do, the forward 1, 2, and 3 year rate for S&P 500 stocks, you're obliterated. You're down 15%, down 20% after 2 to 3 years, man. Ouch. That's bad, man. So hopefully the rates don't change right now in terms of the odds, because they're expected 85% chance to be a 25 basis point cut. But you also got to be careful because, you know, everyone in mainstream media, they're going to be cheering for, not crypto media, but, you know, MSNBC, all the other soy fake news networks. They're going to be cheering, they're always permables, man. Because by the way, being against the stock market, it's a widow maker as well. It does go up most of the time. It's just that the times it goes down, it's painful. Now, a lot of things going on with the politics, friends, and macro. You know, who's going to win? Is it going to be the Trump Zors? Is it going to be Kamala Krappus? You know, the odds are around still here: 50% Trump, 49% Kamala. We had the debate. A lot of people throwing in their opinion. Hey, who won? And this person said this person said that. I don't think people are going to change their mind, man. I think everyone's pretty much, they're locked in what they want. And you're seeing the real president. My president, Uncle Joey Biden. Friends, this is real. They hand him a hat. He puts a Trump hat on. It's real, man. It actually happened. They handed him a Trump hat. He just, yeah, hey. Oh, man. You could just tell. He had no idea. He did not know it was a Trump hat. He probably just said, yeah. Fireman, yeah. Oh, man. Honestly, whoever wins, it doesn't really matter. They're both pushing up the debt. Uncle Petey Schiff, his podcast, and he started talking about in the debate, none of them spoke about the biggest issue ever, which is the debt, the cost of living, how they're going to stop inflation. They didn't talk about that. They just talk about blah, 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 blah. That's what it is. So obviously the debt and all the money printing, that's the real cause of all these problems. But, you know, friends, they're paid by the money printer. They're paid by the bug eaters, the establishment, to literally not talk about the money printer. Don't talk about it. We're not the cause. We're the solution. That's what they say. Of course, they are the problem. So that's interesting, right? Oh, so we have some fun here. He bought the wrong die. So the ticker is pDAI, because pDAI, friends, has been pumping. It's been doing really, really well on PulseChain ecosystem. Don't rush, jump into anything, friends. I'm just here. I'm here to celebrate that. The alien coin and pDAI, whilst the spears are going down, they go up. We've seen periods of time where the opposite was happening as well. So it's nice just to check it out here. This is what the linear chart looks like. You see a linear chart. By the time it comes up here, sweet, it's starting to turn around. If you check out the pulse ratio, this is where the real juice is. This is powerful, friends. That is big, man. That's rare. You don't see that. Flipping red on a weekly super trend and then flipping green. So someone big came in, someone big to smack it up. And that's great. That's beautiful. This should show you. Sweet. Now, I have pDAI, love pDAI. You can do what you want. Just be careful of selling too early. That's all I'm going to say. Just be careful of selling too early. I don't know the price targets, whatever. It could be 7 cents, 10 cents, could be $1. I said, you know what? Everybody pull your liquidity. I'll hit it up to $2 just to send a message. I know it's fun, but meanwhile, you're going to have things out of favor. The polar opposite, right? You have 10 gang stuff. This is HOA USD, but if you put it on the pulse ratio, you get to see that it's down here, right? I should actually put a super trend just to let you know. See, it's red on the super trend. But look, friends, this is what happened before. Look at this. HOA on the weekly flipped red, and then like a month and a half later, I just started shooting up and went on a 5x run against Pulse, which is enormous, by the way. So this is, how long is this in here now? It's 2 months. So yeah, these coins, they're so small, they can reverse big trends on the weekly. They can, because they're new cycle stuff. They're new. When you have older, thicker coins, even PLS and PulseX and HEX, their market caps are bigger, liquidity is bigger, and your Chainlink and Polkadot and Matic, when they flip red on a weekly, they're just so much bigger. It's so much harder for them to actually move up. But I like to own all of them, man. I like to own all of them. There are maxis in each of them, and they all hate each other. Everyone says, Sommi, you're biased against me, or you're doing this, you're doing that. Go, dude, like, I literally, if you could, I'll just show you my DMs and spams. Like, okay, let me guess. These ones are going to say I'm biased, and these ones are, and then like next week, okay, now it's flipped around. And like, I just wanted you to know, friends, they're, let me deal with the heat, but just know that they're assets to each community, because you see a lot of people, that's why I'm hoping you understand. When I see the course over every holder, there's probably like 15 to 20% hardcore maxis, right? We know that from about Bitcoin maxi. So out of Bitcoin holders, 80% of people hold Ethereum and other coins. Only 20% are actually maxis, right? So it's actually probably less than that. They probably just forgot about it, right? But those people, they're assets. They're important. They're the megaphone of last resort. So when the hill is burning and there's fire arrows coming, they'll stay there. And you want them to. You don't want them to abandon. If they abandon, your network effect goes to zero. So you want them to stay there. And that's why they're important. Every single subculture community on PulseChain. And remember, PulseChain itself is a big megaphone as well. Everyone works together. So this happens in every single chain. But show me the edge in Solana and Ethereum. Where's the edge? You have literally 50 million eyeballs looking at the same stuff. So what they have to do is they have the insider cabal, because they all have influencer. They have, you're not going to see me there. You're not going to see me like shilling, 30 different Solana coins, right? Because I have an audience. Then I'm not going to be able to do that, friends, because it's a poopy game. Now, interestingly enough, Bitcoin has been downtrending against the Bitcoin stock-to-flow model for a long time. And this is critically important, because I want you to know that there's a disconnect between how high they think we're going and probably how high we're actually going to go. So the stock-to-flow model, actually bring it out, friends. The stock-to-flow from Plan B, remember, right, that was interesting. I think it was CTO Larsson. So CTO Larsson, Mr. Larsson, he emailed, he spoke to all of his audience. He got like 100,000 people. He's friends with Ivan. And he said, overwhelmingly, the reason why most people lost money in 2021, he goes, it wasn't scams, it wasn't Luna, it wasn't stablecoins, it wasn't even leverage trading. It wasn't altcoins, it wasn't influencers that were like talking about altcoins and scamming. He goes, they were not even close. He goes, the biggest reason why everybody got destroyed of all their savings is because of the stock-to-flow model. And I was shocked. He goes, he couldn't believe it. He goes, he went through, he goes, literally it was like 90%. And everything else was like, oh, you guys are all irrelevant, just yelling at each other. I'm like, wow, what a revelation, man. Then that makes so much sense because everybody was so sure we're going 100K. Like it really smacked everyone, man. It really did. Now, this is stock-to-flow, friends. You got to remember, this is the modified, this is the standard version. But then they upgraded the version to remove Satoshi's coins from circulation to reprice the fair value higher. So it says 50K here, right? You see this line, so it says model price 49,800. Yeah, but when it were around, the real price was up to 100K. Okay, so this is where the line used to be. So you can see this part never even touched the line. You're like, oh, you touched the line every single time. Touch a line, touch a line, touch a line. Oh yeah, sweet, touch the line. Oh, this one hasn't touched the line yet, and everybody held. And they just got distributed on. Just be careful, friends, be careful. I'm telling you, look, I'm telling you now, Bitcoin is the most risk in crypto. You're like, what? What? How could you say that, sir? In altcoins, who thinks they're safe? No one. You know that. Be honest with yourself. Do you think any altcoin is safe? No. That's bullish. Okay? We learn from each other. Do you think BNB is safe? No. Coin goes up. Okay, sweet. If they find out where the Binance exchange is and they just take it down and CZ has to go back to jail, okay, it's game over. You see? You have that in the back of your head. Do you think stablecoins are safe? No, you don't. You know how I know? Every week, someone in the Telegram chat, the baby dolls in Telegram, message me, hey, Sommi, which stablecoin do I take profit in the bull market? Because I don't trust any of them. And I'm like, bro, you know what? I don't trust any of them too. We just saw literally all of them try to go to zero. You know, there's some evil, subhuman filth, devil scum, satanic scum. In 2022, they put on $1 billion of leverage notional short, like a lot of money, friends, to try to take down Tether. Did you know that? I was watching it. And yeah, they attacked the bids. They did a speculative attack on Tether. They tried to take it to zero. But luckily for us, Tether wasn't running a Ponzi. Tether redeemed $14 billion in like a week. Okay, so they did take down Tether into, I think it went from a dollar parity down to like 99.28. So they did try to attack it. And then people got blown out on the shorts on the way up. So suck shit to them, that evil scum. But see what I mean? These people, they're predators. They're actual full predator scum out here. They're child abuser, pedo scum, these people out here. And that's what they did to the stablecoins. That's because they saw weakness in Luna UST going down. They go, oh, sweet, crypto's going to zero. Let's short everything, right? So, and they probably had more sinister attacks. Who knows what was behind them, right? So you know nothing's safe. Altcoins, right? What's safe? Nothing's safe. Literally nothing. Gaming, metaverse, product, layer 2s, layer 1. Ethereum's not even safe, friends. Ethereum's down 75%. Vitalik's dumping. Vitalik's a triple vaxxer. All these other weird shit going. You see what I mean? Nothing's safe. Nothing's safe. So we know that, but so we know they're not safe. So we're actually making, I know it's crazy, we are making better decisions over time with the prices we pay. All right. And you can kind of see it right now. You're like, oh, where's all the euphoria in altcoins and stuff? Yeah, because people still need time to see real fundamental growth to catch up. And they don't want to disconnect above what they think the fair value of, like, you know, Metcalfe's law is. However, in Bitcoin, you have a problem. What's the problem? The problem is it's in a special box and people think it's immune and invincible. So if everyone thinks this thing is immune and invincible, that means what's your upside? A bit. And what's your downside? A lot. A lot. I hope you understand this, friends. It's how markets and economies work. When everyone thinks something is risky, it's important because everyone knows the information and they make better decisions. For example, in an economy like now, if everyone thinks a recession is coming, you're not going to go on your 4th holiday of the year. You're not going to go buy your 7th car. You're not going to put 7 ice cubes in orange juice. You can only afford 3. See what I mean? That is, you're tapering down your expectations because you're kind of aware, oh crap, the economy might tank or whatever, okay? But if it hits you blindsided, it's game over. If you think it's invincible, you see? And ultimately, crypto, especially Bitcoin's the one at risk, okay? So crypto encompasses everything. We all know it's risky as shit. Everyone in crypto, everyone in altcoins knows. It's funny. We have all the people here. Everyone knows. Oh yeah. Every 15 minutes on Twitter, everyone's like, well, we all got scammed. Crypto's a scam. Everything's dog shit. Everyone rugs. You know, the more it's important we tell everybody that crypto's a full scam, because when they come in, they make better decisions. You know that, right? Because they'll see things going up and they start to understand better. However, when you look at Bitcoin, when you are seeing this devastation, by the way, this is devastation. Look how much Bitcoin, see this line up here, this chart? This is the deviation against Stock-to-Flow. So this is 0, which means it's on the 0 line. Look at this. It was above Stock-to-Flow, above. Look at this, above the line, barely above the line. Look at this, bang, bang, bang. Look at this, down bad. Down bad. So there's a big disconnect. It has to hit 500K in this cycle if it wants to basically match it. And if we go back to the chart now, look at this. This is 438,000 now. I don't even know why it changes. It changes a bit. So about, there you go, about $440,000 for Stock-to-Flow. So if you want to be safe, I'll divide 440 divided by 3. That's 146K Bitcoin. Okay, so you have the number here, friends. I'm just letting you know, if Stock-to-Flow becomes a meme again, and everyone is thinking about this number up here, 440,000. Just letting you know, the super high risk area you got to be careful about is 140. Okay, because that's where people are distributing on, friends. You got to understand. You do understand. You're watching me for ages. That's the thing. But you know, we're all happy with that. Why? Luckily, you have a friend like me who's been telling you since the start. Well, it's really important to buy in the depression, isn't it? Because if you're buying in the depression and Bitcoin's at 140. You're thinking, all right, well, if we pop up to 200, how much are you going to miss out? Not that much. But if we drop back down to 70 over the next 18 months, that's going to suck. It's going to blow me apart, right? So you can actually, you have the luxury of making that decision. However, other people, friends, they're entering here, right? So we're believers. You hold through all of this, but the people entering here, right? There's going to be, this will suck more people in, right? 100K, 100. The people entering here, like, they need $1 million Bitcoin. They need $300,000 Bitcoin. You don't need that. You've taken all this risk, all this crypto long duration risk. You don't know, is Richard Hart going to come back? You don't know, is Polygon going to ever make a comeback? Are the latest 2 coins going to come around? Is Sergey buying Big Macs by dumping on the chain link? All these unknown questions, they eventually get filtered out when the green candles come. But you deserve it. We all deserve it. We held through years and years and years of all these dog shit diarrhea to eventually make it to the very end. And then you just got to be careful when we get up there, right? That's why I've been telling you, I was literally the only guy telling you down here, hey, you got to go really aggressive, guys. Aggressive. Like, however much you're in, get in more. Friends, I was even telling people saying, hey, Sommi, I don't like paying tax. That's what people are saying to me. And I'm like, firstly, bro, pay all your taxes. Number one. Number two, you don't like paying your tax? Okay, what you should do is, if you have 10 grand in crypto right now, add an extra 3 grand. There's your tax payment. Literally, you got 10 grand in? Okay, sweet. Make it 13 grand. Now, whatever that extra 3, wherever you sell at the very, very end or towards the end, that pays your tax. There you go. So you just increased your position. You see that? Pretty good, isn't it? So because no one else is saying that. Like, oh, well, let's go move to another country. Let's go do backflips. Let's go get 15 passports and stuff. Let's go leave the family. See what I mean? It's not practical for everyone else out here to do this stuff. Okay. And by the way, they're closing all these loopholes and stuff out here. And then everyone realizes, you know, it's not so easy. So yeah, so there you get to see, friends. We are the believers. We're going to usher in the non-believers. Let's see how macro goes. Make sure you like, subscribe, beta button, all. Catch you in the next one.